Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm cooking with Tammy. I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate New Orleans style authentic shrimp po' boy. So without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get to cooking. First on up is our beautiful jumbo shrimp. They've been washed, clean, deveined both front and back. Yes. We also have both our all-purpose flour and cornmeal, along with buttermilk, hot sauce, relish, Worcestershire sauce, a lemon, mayo along with Dijon mustard, tomatoes, iceberg lettuce, smoked paprika, and of course your girl's cooking with Tammy. Seasonings, we have our Cajun seasoning along with our seafood seasoning, Creole seasoning, and we are about to make the magic happen in the kitchen. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. We're going to add a small drizzle of oil onto the shrimp along with our Cajun seasoning and Creole seasoning. Last but not least, we're going to hit it off with some seafood seasoning. Once we're done, we're going to get those trusty fingers going. Mix it on up really good. Make sure everything is well combined. Check it on out. Our shrimp is perfectly seasoned and ready to go. Now that we're done, we're going to push the bowl to the side and we're going to focus on making our remoulade sauce. First thing we're going to need, obviously, some mayo along with Dijon mustard. We're going to add our smoked paprika for a nice smoky flavor, along with our hot sauce, sweet relish. I like to use sweet relish. However, if you want to use dill, you can definitely use dill relish. We're also going to add our Worcestershire sauce, a small spritz of lemon juice, and for that perfect contrast of flavors, we're going to add a small pinch of sugar. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to add it if you don't want to, but trust me, it's going to rock perfectly with the acidity from the other ingredients. And yes, it's not going to be sweet at all whatsoever, unless you add 5 pounds of sugar. But nevertheless, let's mix it on up, combine it really good. And we're going to take our sauce and place it into the refrigerator and allow it to chill until we're done doing what we do. In the meanwhile, let's grab a bowl and add some buttermilk along with our hot sauce. Let's get in there, mix it up really good. Pretty quick and simple so far, right? To our flour and cornmeal, we're going to add some seafood seasoning along with Creole seasoning and our Cajun seasoning. We're going to grab a fork. Psych! We're going to use our fingers and we're going to get in there and mix it up really good. Trust me, the best cooking comes from using your hands. Forget the utensils, right? Mix it on up really good. Toss that flour around. Make sure your seasoned flour is seasoned perfectly, because guess what? This is what we're going to use to dredge our shrimp. And we're trying to get what? Flavor in every single bite. You hear me? Once we're done, we're going to take our shrimp, add it to the buttermilk mixture. Just add all the shrimp, why not? Just add it, make sure it's perfectly covered in buttermilk. Remove it from the buttermilk, place it into the dry mixture. Coat it really good. If you're looking for a really crunchy coating on your shrimp, of course, you could double dip. You know, obviously take it out of the flour, add it back to the buttermilk, and then back into the flour mixture. But trust me, this right here is going to be more than enough. Even though I only dipped it one time in the buttermilk and in the flour mixture, trust me, you're going to see the end result. The shrimp came out absolutely golden brown and crispy. I mean, no complaints whatsoever. So in my opinion, do you have to double dredge it? Nah, not necessary. We're going to take our perfectly seasoned shrimp and we're going to place it in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Only because, and this is just what I do whenever I'm making shrimp, whether it be coconut shrimp, fried shrimp, it doesn't matter. Take it and place it into either the refrigerator or into the freezer, because we want our batter to remain on the shrimp once we start to fry it on up. Who wants to go through all of this work, dredging it perfectly, to place it into the frying pan and have all of your, like literally all of your dredge, which is going to give you your crunchiness, fall off of the shrimp? That's not going to be cool whatsoever. So take the shrimp, place it into the refrigerator or into the freezer for about, let's see, in the freezer, I would say about 10 minutes. In the refrigerator, about 15 minutes. Make sure that oil comes up to temperature, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are going to add our shrimp to the oil. You're not going to overcrowd the pan. Be sure to fry it on up in batches if you have to. Small amount at a time, depending on how large your pan is. In the meanwhile, while the shrimp is doing what it do, we are going to work on slicing up our pickles. Now, here's the thing. You can definitely rock out with kosher dill pickles or any sort of pickles for that matter. But I find that the gherkins pickles, yes, I love to use it when it comes to potato salad and macaroni salad, but it also tastes absolutely phenomenal when you add it to your po' boy sandwiches, only because it has that delicious contrast of flavors. These pickles are not as salty, but you have somewhat of like the little acidity contrast going on along with the sweet flavor. Oh my goodness, absolutely delicious in my opinion. Also, you can incorporate, let's see, bread and butter pickles as well. That works out really good too. Check the size of this bread on out. This has to be 1.5 feet. I don't even think this is 1 foot long. This bread is like, wow. I actually got it from Walmart, and guess what, guys? It only costs $1. We're going to go in with a serrated knife, split our bread in half. And the quality of this bread, even though it's $1, it's really good. I'm telling you, this bread has more bounce back than hydraulics. As you can see, I'm testing it out, all right? I'm taking it for a drive. But yeah, this bread, the quality is pretty good. Take off the edges. Let's get our shrimp out of the pan. I went ahead and set up a cooling station. Yes, I sure did. I got my little grill, placed it on top of my baking sheet, lined it with a paper towel to allow any excess oil to drain off, and check it on out. Our shrimp, come on guys, say it with me, absolutely gorgeous. We're going to take some of our Remoulade sauce and spread it onto our bread. Just like this. Yes. If you like a lot of saucy sauce, of course, add a lot. You don't have to add a little bit. If you're not that much into mayo, then of course, you're going to add a little bit, so to speak. We're going to add our lettuce. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the lettuce, you can buy a head of lettuce and use that same serrated knife that you use to cut the bread. Slice the lettuce, and it's going to come out nice and crinkly, just as if you bought it in the bag. And guess what? A lot of times when you buy a head of lettuce, it comes out way cheaper than rocking out with the bag anyway. We're going to add our thinly sliced tomatoes along with our pickles. And we're going to take some more of that delicious Remoulade sauce and we're going to add it to the other side of the bread as well. Let's stack on that shrimp. Stack it on like you stacking a 10-tier wedding cake. You hear me? Stack it on like ain't nobody else eating. We're going to hit it off with a little bit more of that saucy sauce. Oh, yes, we are. And once we're done, we're going to attempt to close it on down. And this is as good as it's going to get. Our delicious shrimp po' boy is done. Guys, definitely rock out with your girl when it comes to the seasonings. CookingWithTammy.shop. Trust me, these seasonings have all of the flavors locked in that you're going to need for all of your dishes. See, I retired from using like 10 different seasonings. It's not necessary because what I did was I ended up incorporating all of my favorite seasonings pretty much into one bottle. Yes, and here you have it, guys. As always, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy, and I would definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.